if you have to single out few things which you would believe that maintenance team is always struggle with.
The unplanned breakdowns. You develop some guys for the critical equipment and sudden they shift to any other industry, then you have to develop new guys. So this is the challenging that we are facing on the continuous basis. First, you have to implement AI, you need the data bank. Without the data, without the proper analysis, you will not do any beneficial thing for the organization, for the department.
I think people are a very important part of any business.
Right.
What kind of failures over a period of 20 years which you have spent in this sphere? Welcome to the first episode of In It for the Long Run. Yeah, I'm your host Sanjay Gupta, and here we will be talking to the industry experts, industry leaders to understand in their respective fields what kind of a problem they face, what kind of a solutions they envisage. Now, in our first episode, we are here with Mr. Vivek Khatri, who is the maintenance head of NBC Bearings. Welcome,
Thank you very much, sir.
Vivek. I think most of us sees cars running on the road, right? And similarly, there are a lot of Formula One racing also which happens, but seldom we give a thought to the people who maintain these cars. So Vivek is the person who takes care of maintenance of NBC Bearings. Welcome, Vivek. So I think before we move forward, can you just give us a background of yours? How did you end up in maintenance?
Thanks to you. Thanks once again for inviting me over here in this first podcast. Basically, I am Vivek Khatri and I'm working in maintenance department since 2005. I started my career as a GET in the gear manufacturing plant, and then I switched to you can say cast iron industry. We manufacture pistons and rings based on the cast iron. The product is the cast iron raw material. From there, I shift to two-wheeler industry and I joined Hero MotoCorp. Location is the Haridwar. So I have a very wide experience in the plant maintenance itself. Right now, it is 20 years been done. And after Hero MotoCorp, I have switched to Subros Limited, which manufactures heat exchangers and the compressors for the Maruti, for the Tata, for the Mahindras. So I have exposure of different automobile industries, different child parts, components. And right now I am in NBC in front of you and part of the NBC team from last 3 years.
Yeah.
So this is my total journey in the automobile industry so far in the maintenance department.
Okay. And did it happen by chance, maintenance, or it was a planning by you when you were doing your engineering that yes, this is the line you want to take?
No, basically when I joined industry as a GET after my mechanical industrial stream BTech, I go through all the departments in the GET period and I saw what type of challenges they are facing. I take care of the PPC also. First of all, I joined as a PPC engineer in my GET career.
What is PPC?
Production Planning and Control.
Okay.
So I see what challenges they are facing. Then I see the production department, what challenges they are facing in the gear industry. Then I saw the maintenance team and the maintenance person, what challenges they are facing in day-to-day life. So it feels somewhat interesting because you have to know about all the mechanisms of the machines, of the process, what types of tool we are using in the industry. So maintenance guy is using all that tools and all their systems and their itself knowledge to prevent the machines for the long run, they maintain the effectiveness of the machine in the long run. So from there, the passion generates. Then I switch to maintenance. I asked the senior management that I want to join as an engineer in the maintenance, not in the planning part. So it is not by chance. It is by seeing the industry from my eyes and seeing the challenging what they are facing. I like that challenges. That's why I been part of the maintenance. Okay. So journey starts from there.
Great. I think 20 years in maintenance is a long time.
Yeah, long time.
And if you have to single out few things which you would believe that maintenance team is always struggle with, what would those be?
The common factors are the unplanned breakdowns. The unplanned breakdowns of the critical equipments are the one of the major concerns which the maintenance person is struggle. Rather, we are doing the preventive maintenance. We do the condition-based maintenance, and we do also the spare part planning on the basis of some tools. But there is unplanned breakdowns also. So the maintenance guys struggle in the unplanned breakdowns, and parallelly we are also struggle in the resource as well as skill constraints. There are the resource and skill constraints because you get the right person at the right time in the desired period of time is very much fortunate for you, but it is not happen all the times. So because there is attrition rates also, you develop some guys for the critical equipments and sudden they shift to any other industry, then you have to develop new guys. So this is the challenging that we are facing on the continuous basis. So it is a continuous process, the continual improvement needed
Okay.
to face
But
these challenges.
in today's world where, artificial intelligence is taking a lot of, getting a lot of entry into industry,
Yeah.
don't you think there is a scope to implement a new process where all these knowledge can be retained back?
There are the most of the chances on the basis of AI, but on the basis of first you have to implement AI, you need the data bank, you need the history. So you have that why analysis, you have the proper root cause analysis of all these challenges first. Then you will feed these data to the system and get some output. Without the data, without the proper analysis, you will not do any beneficial thing for the organization, for the department.
That is right. That is right. I think AI is the way it is changing life, but the bottom line is
Yeah,
that what
bottom line.
what data you
Yeah, you
feed into
have to
this.
you have to frame the bottom line first.
Mhm.
You have to figure out all the data history. You will capture it, and religiously you will follow the root cause analysis in a correct way.
Okay. But I understand NBC has implemented a lot of digital initiatives within the manufacturing. All the
Right.
machines are connected.
Right.
So maybe 2 years, 3 years down the line, you see that enough data would be there.
Yeah, I will say that we have completed the first phase. The first challenge was to connect all the machines with the digital platform. So we did it. We did it by modifying our control systems because some of the control systems are very old, obsoleted. So there is a challenge also to make them perfect, to get the data, to fetch the data. So for the information gathering, first we upgrade these machines, then we get the data. Now the data is streamlined. All the data is coming on the screen with the real time. You can get A, B, C shifts data 24/7 running plant. So we will get the manpower data also, we will get the machine data also, we will get the quality parameters also. So now the second phase will be start. The second phase is what you first say, the AI based thinking, the AI based agent generation, so that we can get the purpose solved. We will get the analysis done by itself through the AI.
Okay. I think very, very interesting days ahead.
Yeah.
Uh, Typically, what keeps you awake in the night as a maintenance head?
It's I will say very good and very common question. The safety is first for us, and my technicians, my operators that are working in 24/7 in the shifts. So the major concern is their safety. So they are following the SOPs, they are following the lockout, tagout in the shifts or not is the major concern. And sometimes this thought not switches off completely, and it's awake me also in some of the nights. So major concern is the safety of the person, safety of the team, and then the equipment. So it is important to be disciplined, follow the system, follow your procedures, and follow what is written down in the SOPs. It is the mandatory.
Yeah. I think very valid point. But in today's world, when the focus is purely on productivity and efficiency,
Right.
do you think maintenance has taken a backseat in that perspective?
No, no, I didn't think that. Maintenance is in parallel with the production, in parallel with the quality, because without maintenance, you will not maintain your machineries, you will not maintain your equipment, and you will not get the effectiveness.
Mhm.
So to maintain the effectiveness of the machine, the maintenance is the backbone. But in maintenance, yes, we cannot go with the conventional method. We have to adopt some new technologies, like we have to adopt the CMMS, the computerized software-based digital management maintenance system, so that we can get all the real-time data, hourly basis, shift basis, 24 by 7 running hours basis, and we will analyze what goes wrong and what can be done better. So these things are mandatory, and in this way we will parallelly stand with the production, with the quality, and we parallelly contribute for the productivity and for the OE.
Hope you found this podcast insightful and enriching. Subscribe and stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for watching.